So I tried to fix the eyebrows. They're as good as they're gonna get. I actually had to do this one different than I normally would. Just like with the Goof Proof brow, I had to do something a little differently than I normally would just to make them look a little more even. They're still off, but that's the best I could get. And then I just put some more concealer on my eyelids just to use as an eyeshadow base slash eyeshadow primer. That's just what I normally do, so that's what I did. I normally would have done it before I baked, but I totally forgot, so I just did it after, which I do sometimes. So the products I'm going to be using for my eyes, my eyeshadow, this is the Urban Decay Nocturnal Sims 4. Just released a video of The Sims, so you gotta watch that later. But this is the Urban Decay Nocturnal eyeshadow palette. This is what the shades look like. They're really pretty. I'm thinking I might do something with this green shade. Maybe. We'll see if there's something like it. And it looks really pretty on the monitor, and it's pretty in real life, but it's just not as pretty as it's showing up on camera, so we'll see. And then the two eyeshadow palettes, because basically this one has no mattes and this one has some shimmers, but they're not as pretty. They're both by both Hot Topic. I bought them at Hot Topic. This one is the Pastel Dreams eyeshadow palette. Oh, I didn't mean to show you guys the mirror. This is what it looks like. As you can see, this brown I used to use all the time. I use both as a transition shade, but this brown necessarily I used to fill my brows in, which was what I was gonna do, because this brown was like my go-to eyebrow shade. But then I found that little brow pencil that I also switched to and liked a lot. So, but yeah, that's why that one touched pan on it. But these are pretty shades. They're not the best eyeshadows in the world, but they're not the worst, and the shades are pretty. And this guy, I used but not a lot of, but like this Tender Heart color I used a lot of, which you'll see because I have a pan, like I pressed into it. These are all baked. They say baked plush eyeshadows. I just say baked eyeshadows. Oh, this little green guy wants to fall out. He wasn't glued in right, so there's that. But this is 18 shades. This is and also it's a Care Bear palette. It's Care Bear themed. They're all shimmers, which are really pretty, but they're just all shimmers, so it's hard to do a look with just this alone. This is the Baked Plush eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like. It's really cute, and like I said, but the mirror, I don't want to blind you guys, but like it's really small, and it's because you can see the Care Bears, but they do it on both the palettes. So I don't know. I just think like I don't want to. Yeah, but see, it's just like I don't know. It could have been a bigger mirror, which I think is nice for an eyeshadow palette. But the Baked Plush Care Bear shadow palette retails for $14.90, and the Pastel Dreams palette retails for $8.90. So they're a really good deal. This one was $25 and I got it on sale during Thanksgiving. So yeah. So I'm going to open up all these and just see what I kind of want to do. That green was calling my name, but I don't know. Also the blue is, but like I don't really have a blue shimmer on here. I mean, I think no, that's more of a matte blue, so that won't work for what I'm thinking. Actually, oh my gosh, okay. I have so many ideas right now. So what I'm actually gonna do is use this little weird brush, which isn't what this is meant for, but because I know I'm not gonna use this for anything else, I'm gonna dip into ABC Gum right here, this shadow, and I'm gonna put that all over my lid on this eye. Just to make everything look the same, because right now just this is a little lighter because it has I'm just gonna run that up a little just because I know we'll be putting like some crease shades in this area, and I want this to look pretty nice too. So this is just ABC Gum. It's just a really pretty color. It almost matches my concealer just a little bit. It has a little color to it. I don't know what that sound is, but it scared me. Oh my god, it was a weird sound outside my door. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that with this brush, and then I know it's not the brush for this and it's poking my eye, but and then I'm going to I think do the same thing-ish, but I'm gonna use let me look. Okay, so this palette, I'm gonna use this palette because the mattes. I might probably mix these two because this one's too light to do the same thing I did, and this one's a little too dark. So I'm probably gonna try to mix them a little. I don't think this white's a shimmer. I have to like make sure it's just matte on my hand. I don't know where I got black from on my hand, like from one of these palettes, but yeah, that's a matte white, which is really pretty, but that's just not what we're going for right now, so I'm gonna mix them. Oh, it's almost the same shade it looks like on my brush. I'm sure it will be a little too light, but it's okay. But okay, now it looks really white on here, but I yeah, when it mixes in, it's a little bit lighter, but it's not like, oh my gosh, like it looks like pure white like it did if I would have just used that hide and seek shade, which the shades I used from the Pastel Dreams palette were hide and seek and adorable. So okay, so that's all in there. I'm just gonna pat everything in because, like I said, this brush isn't meant for this, but I just don't want to put it thing on with my already dirty fingers. I use my pinkies because they're my cleanest fingers right now without makeup all over them. I swear makeup's always so messy. But so what I think I'm gonna do, it's gonna be a little extra than what I normally would do, so this probably is gonna go terribly, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do a blue and green eyeshadow look. I'm feeling it. So I think I'm gonna dip into Heroin, which is such a pretty color, and I've never used it in my crease, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna go in with this blending brush, which these are all Bamboo Natural brushes that I'm using for both sides and basically probably all the eyeshadow. These were like, I want to say $5 to $8, and you got all the eyeshadow brushes and a few face brushes, but I don't really use the face brushes often, but great steal. So I'm just gonna really gently pat into Heroin because it's like a really pretty blue, but it's also, I can already tell it's gonna be a lot of pigment for what I'm trying to do, and I'm always heavy-handed. So now I got just on one part of my brush, so that's wonderful. Okay, I'm actually gonna, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then, okay, there. I got it on more of my brush now, so it's not just on that part. I'm just knocking off any excess. And then blowing it to buff it out a little on my palette, and then I'm being quiet because I'm scared that this is gonna go horribly and then I'm gonna cry. I definitely knocked enough off so it's not too much, but I mainly got it into my crease, but I need to buff it out a little here, so I need to do that again. But so far it looks pretty, just like mainly in the crease area and then not up here as much, just because it's such a pretty, like such a dark blue. And then I'm gonna go in with on the other side, which I'm not sure what I'm gonna do right this second next, but I'm gonna use one of these 3 shades. I want to say this one, Baby Doll's a shimmer, so what the heck? Dark Doll, and then there's Baby Doll, but why do they both look like shimmers? I was hoping, oh jeez. We might have to use Daydream and just darken it up with this Tickle Torture to get what I want done. So I'm gonna actually fix this blue. I'll be right back, just so this video is not 8 years long. Okay, so this is what the eye look looks like. I know it's not perfect, and this eye was a little bit lighter, so I just put a little bit of the Heroin in it, which was from the Urban Decay Nocturnal palette, just because it was like way off, but now they look pretty similar. They're not perfect, and I just deepened this a little bit with that. Like, the shimmers are all from the Care Bear palette, and so I did my best with what I had, which was really hard, honestly, a lot harder than I thought it would be. What are my cheeks doing? Does the sun look really red right now? I'm really confused. One sec, guys. I mean, not really red. It just on camera is picking up this side of my face more red than it actually is. So this face, it didn't lose coverage. I was afraid it lost like coverage, which was like weird because I don't remember that happening. It just looks weird on camera. Might have to do with these guys, which I think I'm just gonna set the whole face with the Coty Airspun powder, just because there's like almost nothing left in these guys, and I don't feel like sitting here for an hour trying to get powder out of something that just doesn't have powder in it, you know? Okay, yeah, that's more than enough powder. There we go. So I just put some in my lid here, and then I'm just gonna set the whole face. I don't know if you guys can see there's a lot of dust. Kick back. So I'm just setting anywhere that didn't have like bake on it, and here I'm gonna touch up gently, but not like put a lot on those areas, just because then I would start to look really cakey, because I already baked there, and you don't want a lot of powder in those same areas, like as much as you're putting on the giant forehead and places like that. Sorry, it's looking okay. I think that's pretty good for powder. I'm gonna double check, move my hair out of the way, and put just a tad bit more on any place. Oh, didn't move the little spoolie, you know, it's like, where's my powder? Why isn't any coming out? Which the thing lasts forever, by the way, like forever. You get so much in it. Okay, so this is what the eyes look like up close. So yeah, I don't hate it actually. The eyeshadow look, the eye look was a little off for me, but now that everything's settled in, the powder's on, it looks a little better. So what I'm going to do now is reach into some face palettes. Excuse me. So, oh my goodness, I'm knocking everything over. Okay, so this is my contour brush. I just cleaned all my brushes. They look so cute. Look. I don't brush them. I don't clean them every time like I should. So my normal contour palette is this guy right here, the e.l.f. contour palette. As you can see, it's my normal palette. Giant mirror, sorry, but touch pan on both of those because they're both just, they're so pretty. I don't really use those at all, but this palette costs like $8-ish roughly, and just those two shades I pay $8. So this is a Claire's palette I bought a long time ago, and I thought Claire's makeup was the stuff. This brush is from Claire's and it is iconic, like giant powder brush for cheap. But this palette, I don't think I've ever even used it, but it's gonna be our blush and contour palette today. So yeah, so this retails for $10, so it's $2 more. You do get blush, contour, highlight, and blend, which are like their face powders. I wasn't going to use one of those since I was using a translucent powder on the side. I wasn't going to use, like, theirs have color to them, so I didn't want to use those on this side of the face. So I guess, I mean, the shades aren't too bad in the pan. I just don't know the coverage payoff. Like, I'm trying to compare them. Of course, this guy doesn't come in a mirror, and it's $10, but you get, like, though you get more things, I think you get less product. I don't know why that touch pan, I really think that fell out because I don't remember ever using this, but I might have used the highlighters back in the day. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure, but I don't remember using it that much. Maybe I just dropped it because, like, oh, I got all my makeup ready and I have one tragedy because I dropped all my highlighters, which I'm going to show you guys my well, they're over there, highlighters in a second, and I dropped I dropped all my highlighters and picked them all up, and this one I stepped on after I dropped it because I didn't realize it was still on the floor, so it's a tragedy. It's so cute. It was a baked e.l.f. highlighter. It wasn't the best highlight in the world. It was in the color Blush Gems, but it was, for its price, it was cute. I'm thinking, if anything, I might turn it into a different color highlight, and we might try to do that as a DIY highlight sometimes. So I just had to mourn that highlight while I saw it and remembered it. So for this side of my face, which is, I mean, actually, yeah, I guess we'll go on this side first. I'm so scared of what these guys are gonna look like. I'm gonna mix them, both the, there's a lot of kickback. I got into the blushes, so I'm pretty sure I picked up some of that pink, and I did not need that. My face is already pink enough. When I do put on blush, it's very light now compared to how I used to, because red face for days. I'm just mixing both of the contour shades or brown shade, the contour shades in this palette, and not those things, these things, the actual contour. I'm gonna get kicked back off of this because, like, I don't those guys as much as I did. It's like blowing it and everything, but I'm afraid. Okay, hello. There's definitely some pigment. We see her. I'm gonna have to blend out that line, but So I'm gonna take this brush and go and just blend that. It's not bad. Would I wear this every day? No, most definitely not. But is it like as bad as I thought it was gonna be? No. So there's that. I still need a little more to make sure this looks dark enough for my forehead and help to like chisel out my chin slash everything. Jaw. That's what I meant. Hi. I know how to use words. I'm so smart. No, wait. I was about to put more there than I needed to. Also, oh my god, it bothers me that it's not smooth and blendy like it's supposed to be. Like if it blended out, it doesn't look that bad. Like my forehead's blending a little bit better, but it still looks a little muddy even when it blends out, but it would still not be as bad. But I don't know. That's just what we're gonna do for contouring that side, other than my nose, but I always do that after for some weird reason. We'll do it in a second. So I'm gonna use the same brush, just trying to get most of that pigment off on the back of my hand. That way none of those colors or weird, not smooth, pretty formula gets into my e.l.f. palette. So I'm just gonna mix these two shades in the e.l.f. palette to contour this side of my face, the same places, just with this. And see, I kick back a little, but I don't have to blow it or do all that, and it still is a lot smoother. See, I get a light line, and then it just like smooths into the skin, but gives yourself a little natural contour. Like this side looks nice, but it just from this side, it's really muddy once it's blended out. That's like the thesis. I'm gonna have to put a little more on this side because I was going light-handed because it scared me so much. Honestly, I'm like. For the weird noise, mouth noise I'm making. I'm just trying to make like this point out, but it just, my lips are like. And then I'm going to touch up my forehead and a little bit along my jawline. This side looks really nice. It's just really muddy. So yeah, I guess it's just muddier. It's not like the worst thing in the world I've ever tried contour wise, but it's honestly just really muddy. My hair is all over the place now, but it's just really muddy and just not needed, honestly. Okay, let's go blend this out. Try to re-blend that out. I'm gonna try to make that a little less muddy on this side, and yeah, so it's not that bad. I've like blended out a lot. It's like I said, it just blends out a little muddier than I personally like, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I've seen worse. So now we're gonna go on to blush. So I actually use a palette really similar to this one. It's the exact same thing, just in blush shades, and yeah, so this is what she looks like. Open her up. Ooh, look at her shine. I'm trying to cover the mirror. My hand's not big enough. These are giant mirrors. If they didn't get so dirty, I would use them so much. But that's pretty. But they are. I don't really use shimmers anyways, shimmer blushes. But that's a really pretty shade. Like it's picking up really pretty on camera. But they're both matte in this one, so I'm gonna kind of go. I'm gonna mix them in the Claire's palette, which they're a peachy tone and this like almost rosy, a little more peachy pink rosy. So I'm gonna mix, and this one's a little more brown, browny peach. It's not like a full-on pinky peach. It's more peachy than pinky. So I'm gonna mix kind of these two and those two in that palette and kind of try to get the same vibe. So we'll see. hello, pigment. I mean, it's alright, it's just not like... Like I said, I don't like a real pink blush, like real rosy blush, but I would like something so I don't look dead, like pale, and a little contoured out, but this guy's just not delivering. We're gonna do the other side of the face. This look looks a little crazy, but it's fine. So I'm gonna mix those two shades, use my mirror as a little mini palette, which was I was trying to use like the actual lid to that as like a mini palette to mix those in, but let's just say it didn't work real well. Like this I actually like I don't know, it's just so much prettier. It's more I don't know what that noise was, but it's fine. I actually mixed these two shades, which was the shimmer shade I said it wasn't. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm just gonna mix everything, I guess, today, because it's just what this video is becoming. I'm not wearing this anywhere today, so it's just for me and fun, so it's fine. That's all over the place. Okay, there we go, blend it out, and that looks fine. That was my fault. I used the shimmer shade. I was literally like, I never used this shade, and then I did. So, but I mean, I guess even though these were matte in the pan, they kind of picked up shimmery a little, which was weird. Not really shimmery, but they have a little more glow to them than I wanted anyways, so it kind of works with this, so I don't hate it. I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow brush to contour my nose out. Oh, I had to leave this guy open then. I forgot I had to use the clear guy again for my contour, so I'm going to contour my nose out real quick. So, would I recommend this Claire's palette? No, buy your girl, like if you're buying your daughter her first ever makeup, buy her 2 of these palettes. You spend a little more money, but it's worth it. So I'm just going to dip into, oh my gosh, the mirror, this shade right here for this side of my nose. Okay, so now we're going to go into highlight. Like I said, Tragic Death. This is actually one of my favorite highlighters ever, and I was afraid it broke because it also fell with all of them. But this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlight, Mega Glow Highlighting Powder, that's the name of it, in the shade Lilac to Reality. It's a limited edition. I don't know if I'm going to be using it today, but I had to show it because like I literally don't even use it anymore because I love it so much, and I know it's limited edition. It's more like just like a keepsake collection thing for me. I love this guy. It's really pretty. I also have this Mega Glow highlight, but this one's not limited edition. It's just there's in the shade, oh, where's my shade name? Oh, I guess, hello. It literally doesn't have the shade name on it, but it's really pretty. I mean, it's pretty. It's just not my favorite thing ever, but it's really, oh, okay. Now I just have a highlight on my hand, but it's really pretty. And then highlight palette. So I used one as a mirror. I have the Keep a Glow Profile Bake Highlight Illuminate. I have both of them. This one is in Natural Glow, and this one's in Unicorn Glow. And what we're going to be comparing these guys to, which are going to go on this side of my face, yes, the side I like more, are these Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kits. I got them for Christmas, Black Friday shopping, $25 each, and I barely use them at all. I hate them. I just don't use them. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the Aurora palette, what it looks like inside. You get 6 shades, which you only get 4 in these ones, the other palette that I'm comparing it to, so you get a little less. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the Aurora palette, what it looks like inside. You get 6 shades, which you only get 4 in these ones, the other palette that I'm comparing it to, so you get a little less. Oh my gosh. It never does that. It's weird that it did that. Like, but so this is the this is the Unicorn Glow palette, the Aurora palette. This is what they look like compared to each other. And then the Moonchild palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't know myself like that, but I did. Looks like this. I mean, neither of them are more natural like this one is, which is fine because I don't even prefer natural highlights, but sometimes, you know, they are needed, but that's what this one looks like just in comparison. I'm not sure what we're going for today. Obviously, like I said, neither of these are really like natural highlights. I'm going to be using this highlighting brush by Real Techniques. It's the Sama and Nick collection Real Techniques brush. So yeah, I'll be using that to put on my highlight. I think I really like this pink heart shade in here. I just don't like these are not as blinding as they should be. They're really smooth, they're a nice formula, but they're just not as blinding as I prefer. Hello, can this focus? This is focusing on me, sorry. But as you can see, I swatched them a little bit the other day, so I was kind of looking at them just to see which one I kind of wanted to use when I was going through my stuff. But I also really like the star one. And the yeah. Oh my god, did Eclipse, was that when it fell, or is that just, it's like was coming out of its packaging a little bit? Like the pan wasn't, but that was weird. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so many pretty ones to choose from. Like these kits are pretty, they're just not as blinding as I'd like. I think I am gonna go with Pink Heart just because I really want to see what it looks like on the face, which is this shade right here. They all look kind of similar because the light's not picking them up, but they have like a pink shift, this one does, and then this is Lucky Clover, so it has a green shift to it, and then this is Blue Ice, which has a blue, well, actually, I'm gonna try Pink Heart first, even though I really like Blue Ice too. They both look really pretty, so. Oh, why does she look, whoa, well, let me like blend her out. Well, why does she look pretty and blinding on my, like, in this light she does, but at the same time, I don't know. So maybe this shade I never tried, because I honestly just tried some of the shades in this palette and was just like, I'm not here for it. These Anastasia glow kits with the 6 pans, I'm not here for them. But this is really pretty, like, I had to move myself back in. It's really pretty. It's like a really pretty, like, pinkish highlight. So I'm gonna, since it is like a pinky highlight, which isn't what I wanted, but like it probably messes up the look, but it's fine. We're gonna go in with Pink Heart, which they have the same name, right? Yeah, they're the same name. This is Pink Heart, but in this palette, and I'm just gonna like dab into her for this side of my face. I really do like these, like, a lot though. Like, look at, I don't know, these ones are just stunning. Like, hello, like, walked into Sephora one day, they're like, oh my god, where'd you get your highlight from? Like, Rue 21. Yes, these are from Rue 21, and everyone was shook because these are just so pretty. And these retail for $7. These giant things, I love them for the price and like the pigment payoff. Oh, okay, my phone said it was gonna die soon, which I know, but I was like, hello, so I didn't know we were still recording, but we are. I'm just gonna put a little more just because I was gonna try to go light-handed, but you know, they both look like they both look stunning, but this one's just like blinding. Like, it's like, come here, hunty, we got you. You know, it's just there. I'm gonna try to put a little more Pink Heart on this side of the face with the Anastasia one, just to try to make it look as stunning. Okay, see, there we go. We can still see it starts to like look good, but it's just you need more of it, you know? I don't know. I'm gonna put a little bit of this just on the side because I don't think I put enough up here just to give me a little more glowiness. Okay, I do this sometimes just because, well, I do know I put on too much highlight sometimes, so I just blend it into the skin to make it look really pretty but still as blinding as it looked. So I'm gonna actually go in with this shade. So what I used was the Blue Moon palette, so now I'm gonna go to the Aurora palette and go with this like yellowy kind of shade, Lyra, I can't read, but this shade right here, Lyra, and I'm gonna use that like kind of down the bridge of my nose gently, but like also there's like, you know, it's kind of hard to do it down half the bridge of your nose, so I think I'm just gonna go like that, and then I'm gonna blend in. I'm sure you can still see some of the pink because I didn't clean my brush, but then I'm gonna use, I don't know if that shade's a little too, but that's fine. We're gonna use Golden Vanilla from this palette, which is a little yellower, but it's fine. We're just having fun at this point. And I'm going to go in with a little more Lyra because, like I said, I don't think I got enough of it to begin with because I think it had some more of that pink heart still on it, the brush. I'm going to wipe off the excess to kind of use it as kind of blend everything. Something I didn't do, but I think I should still. I'm just gonna. Okay, so I think we're good with highlight. I'm probably just gonna dip into one of these when we're done with our lips, just highlight them up a little more. So first I actually have two different lip products, which to just like prime the lips for a liquid lip. This one, sorry, I know the video is getting long, so I'm just going into things without telling you guys fully what I'm doing, but I'll tell you, I promise. There we go. This is the Sugar Lip Scrub, all natural lip scrub, and it's in the shade, the flavor Cranberry, and it's by Hot Topic. So beauty products, but the actual brand is Beauty Treats. So I'm just gonna do that, and then on this side of the face, I'm actually gonna use this Delectables one, which I haven't used in a while, which is also an Ipsy trial size one. And it's like a lip balm. It's actually called an everywhere balm. You can use it any part of your face, your hands, as a lotion, anywhere. It's just a nice little balm. We're just gonna use it to get our lips ready for a liquid lip so it stays on nice and pretty. My lips are two different shades. One's like my natural lips, really, but a little more pink, and then one's my natural lips but a little more red. So one second. Okay, so I just took that off, like both of the sides, and my lips feel so smooth, like both sides. So they're both great products. One's just cheaper, but this is just like the everything balm is just so pretty to put everywhere and it feels so nice. So I'm gonna lip line. I'm gonna use the lip liner, two different lip liners if I can find the other one. There she is. Just like dip my hand in the highlight. Hi, problematic. Welcome to my life. So I'm going to be using the NYX in the shade, oh my gosh, lip liner in the shade Nude Beige on this side. The only reason, and then the Wet n Wild Never Petal Down gel lip liner on this side. So the only reason this one goes on this side is because it's pink, and they don't, like, I could not find their gel, this formula they have here, in a pretty nude. So that's why I don't use this one as much as I would if I had it in a nude shade. But I really like the formula. And I'm just gonna mainly line the lips, but this product's so creamy, I just always end up going like this and just touching up most of the lip, even though that's not the lip shade I'm going for. That's what half my lips look like lip lined, and then this NYX formula is just a cream formula, not a gel. And I'm just gonna do kind of the same thing just with this guy. I'm just covering this up with liquid liner, so I know they're two different shades completely right now, but when you put the liquid, and I said liquid liner, I meant liquid lipstick, when you put those on top, it really doesn't matter about the shades. This is more about just helping the wear for me, and then helping how they feel on my lips, because both of these lip liners are way less drying than either lip product I'm going to show you, even though I'm going to use Jeffree Star's Cosmetics for this side, and it's not drying, but any liquid lip on my chapped lips is drying. It's just a lot less drying. So, yeah. Okay. to look crazy right now. So now I'm going to go in with these are the lipsticks I'm using today, so wrong side. But this is they are slightly different, so I'm gonna probably have to mix some other shades and stuff to kind of get them to look right, but I'm thinking with the pink under here it might look slightly better. But this is the shade Hunty by Jeffree Star's Cosmetics, and this is the shade Nudie Patootie by Wet n Wild, and it is their liquid catsuit formula. So this is really nice, and the formula is a dupe for this, like everything about it, the wear and everything, except these are super drying, but these are really nice and feel amazing on the lips. As you can see, this one's really like an orangish brown nude. We're gonna try to see what this one looks like next to it. And the pink underneath. With the pink underneath, this is gliding on so much nicer than how it usually does. And I know the colors are gonna be slightly off, but they're a lot closer than how they look in the tube with the pink underneath. And honestly, I'm not mad at this at all. I know they're off, but this is applying like a dream compared to how it usually applies. Also, yeah, I felt that. I literally like tight lined my tooth by accident. I felt it. So if you ever, and also this nude like looks really blue. The undertone's like really blue, so I think this pink will also help cancel that out a little. So see, it started gliding on smooth, but if I want to add another layer to try to even everything out, it actually already is drying down. So I'm actually going to take some of the NYX Lingerie, which is a little more on the brown slash orangey hunty side of things, and this is in the shade, where's my shade names, people? Sun Ribbon. And I'm just gonna apply this a little over here. I said a little, but I went in ham. I think just having a little bit of this in will help the color, and it actually helps the drying. I don't love this formula, but I think if I mix the two, it'll be pretty good. Also, this side already dried down while this side was still drying, but was still really like not what I wanted it to be. Not just color-wise, just like formula-wise too. Obviously the color's off. I'm gonna look like a crazy person, but it's fine. I'm just blending it. Also, I don't know why this side looks slightly gets overlined, but I didn't mean to do that. From back here it looks okay, to me at least. So, okay, I think we're done really. I'm just gonna put on some mascara off. So this is the finished look. I did turn the fan on now. It's not making the noise for 5 seconds, but so I thought I'd do the outro with all the lighting I could. There comes the noise, so sorry if you hear that now, but I just wanted to show you guys what it all looked like. So this is a side of makeup I don't usually wear, and this is what it looks like. The lipstick actually looks, even though on camera it kind of picks up the different shades a lot more than in real life lighting, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. And this is the side of makeup that I wear a lot or all the time. So yeah, so you can tell me down below which side you like better. I actually think I did an okay job of making sure they look kind of similar. I don't know, I definitely will probably still stick with my products. I might use a little bit of the products that on the side. Like, I don't hate how the foundation looks right now, but it had to oxidize, and everything to be the shade I needed it to be, and I don't know, there's just like the eyebrow, it's not how I like them at all, but I tried to make this eyebrow look similar to this one, so that's why it looks even worse, but it's just not how I like to do my makeup anymore, my eyebrows and stuff, so I definitely will still be using a lot of the products I used on the side of my face, but maybe incorporate some of the products I used on the side of my face, like the primer I still really love, the lipstick I still use. I just realized though, if I put at least which I actually like this shade a lot better because it almost matches this, but it's a little off, but if I use any of the cat suits, I'm definitely going to be using the cream liner underneath and exfoliate my lips with an exfoliant, which is what I used, and a balm. I'll probably use both because I kind of mixed them together when I was rubbing them off, but both are great products as well for making sure your lips are ready to go for a liquid liner, a liquid lip if you're like me and have chapped lips. So a lot of these products, they're both good, but I just think some are better. So my eye looks a little red on the side because I actually ended up using the same eyeliner because I tried putting on the Ulta eyeliner and it hurt my eye and irritated it so much. That's why the eye is slightly red. But yeah, so I really like the finished look, and yeah, so tell me down below which side you guys like more, or if there's certain products you guys like more, and yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!